your two dads show. Ooh, JJ and Deacon, they're the ones in the know. Subscribe quick, the Squid Monster's on the way. Inspire with us, tomorrow's news today. Tomorrow, yeah.
News like the Biden campaign is spreading another Trump hoax. And oh boy, oh no, Deke's not here. Deke's in his car. He'll be right here in just a second. Hello, everybody. I'm JJ. That is Deacon's chair, and we meet here Monday through Friday at 8 o'clock in the morning or thereabouts to drink coffee and talk about the day's news and just, start the day with the positive energy. Just we want to talk about stuff, get things off our chest, maybe hash out yesterday so it doesn't have to sit in our head all day long. The last couple of days I've been really bummed about Ed, and talking about it, kind of get it out, let it go, let it go, and start the new day, get sunshine. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great day. Good morning, Deacon. How are you, sir?
I'm excellent, sir. Hope you are doing well as well.
I'm gonna jump in here. We never know if on a Wednesday if Deacon's got a guest or so at his radio station. For those of you who don't know, Deacon is a 30-year award-winning DJ, and I'm not.
I hate it when you say that. I don't. It's a funny joke, but I'm like, I don't like it.
That's one of my favorite jokes.
Some days we have guests come in, and some days they're by telephone. So, because we got used to the telephone thing during the COVID whatnot, and sometimes we just make it easy. Don't drive 40 miles for 15 minutes. Well,
I'm gonna try to be efficient with our time here and respectful of our audience, and get right into the news if I can find the button. So, Deacon, today's top story. You're never gonna believe it. The Biden campaign is spreading a major mainstream media hoax about Donald Trump.
This doesn't happen. Tell me more.
Yeah, right. The Biden campaign is spreading a hoax that Trump called immigrants animals, but he was actually talking about the piece of shit. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
We're trying to stop.
I'm trying. I really am. He's talking about the disgusting human filth that bashed Laken Riley's head and killed her. That's the animal that he's talking about. Not all migrants, not even all illegal immigrants, I would say. I mean, obviously, we want to draw a distinction between people that fill out the paperwork and stand in line and come in and they're like, hey, I'm learning English, I'm learning American history, I'm interested in being here, I want to join. And to those people, we're like, yeah. And then there's the other guys that are like, hey, Haiti's on fire, already ruined that place. I'm going to try to, let me see if I can come over here and ruin this one. There's a difference. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
So here's the, so Biden campaign cut up a clip and put it out of context. I don't know if you know that.
They always do.
That's called that's called ruparing. That's called ruparing, where you take a video clip and you change the context to make it say something other than it said. Ruparing. I don't know if you know that.
No, I had never heard of that term, actually.
Yeah. There's maybe I'll get to the story behind that soon. Okay, so the campaign cut clip out of context, spread across social media with a caption quoting the former president saying, Trump, Democrats said, please don't call immigrants animals. I said, no, they're not humans, they're animals. Okay, so here's the Biden-Harris HQ, right? The campaign account. Here's the video.
The Democrats say, please don't call them animals. They're humans. I said, no, they're not humans. They're not humans. They're animals.
Okay, yeah, they put that little clip, Now, here is the clip that was taken from.
22-year-old nursing student in Georgia who was barbarically murdered by an illegal alien animal. The Democrats say, please don't call them animals. They're humans. I said, no, they're not humans. They're not humans. They're animals. And Nancy Pelosi told me that. She said, please.
Doesn't that context make all the difference?
Yeah, it does.
I mean, all right. Well,
once again, I will just say this. No, I'm not, because once again, I'll say this. As like you just stated, 39-year radio DJ, I've spent 30 of those
years in the business.
I've spent 30 of those years doing audio production. If I have enough of your words, I can make you say whatever I want. I can take what you say, and if I don't like the certain, if I want to cut it out, I will find the part in the audio. Like I've just got a piece of audio up on my screen right there. Can you see it? So I will find this right here is a word. Okay. Yeah. So and so you can see kind of the syllables of the word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I will do is I will find the clip in the syllable here, or I will find the clip in the tone of the word. Hey, how are you? You know, right. and try to match the tone to give it a different word, to make a different word. And sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it does. But if I have enough of your audio, most of the time I can get it to work.
And that's
and most of the time AI. And then this is before AI. And then I can do what I called my magician trick. Okay. And it's my sleight of hand trick that I do for your ears. So the magician will, when he wants you to not look at what he's doing, pay attention to what he's doing, he will bring out the dancing girls on the stage or make you look somewhere else, make you look at the left hand while not looking at the right hand. And that's what I do with audio. So if I've got a bad edit that I don't like, I will just put a little sound effect or something right there so that your ears are focused on the sound effect and you're not listening to the edit, but you've got the word. So it's very easy to do. But like you just said, we have AI. We have AI. As a matter of fact, do you want to hear what this specific word is on this AI?
Joe, an animal.
This is the audio that was up there.
I can't call Sleepy Joe an animal because I don't want to insult the animal.
Okay. All right.
Well, I don't like the way.
That's using your parrot thing, right? That's using.
Right. This is using parrot AS. So what I would do on this is if this was me.
I can't call Sleepy Joe an animal because I don't want to insult the animal.
The animal. I don't like how he ended that. I want him to say, I don't want him to insult the animal. The animal. Ending the sentence with the inflection.
Right,
not animal. Not animal.
Yeah.
I want animal. So what I would do is go and have that thing do it a bunch of different times, put animal in certain parts of the sentence to get him a sentence, and then take it and redo it and make it. And that's just one little easy example.
So a minute ago, I told you about Rupar. So I'm gonna pause our regular news content to give you a little context of where this comes from. So this is from a story back in 2021. A far left journalist, Aaron Rupar, had his name Urban Dictionary. Rupar was commended in the days around that time, around March 2021, for sharing condemned. He was condemned for sharing a misleading clip of Cherokee County Sheriff's Office spokesman Jay Baker following the shootings of the Atlanta area massage parlors. Do you remember the Atlanta area massage parlors? The clip portrayed Baker as excusing the actions of Robert Aaron Long as the result of a really bad day. But what Rupar had done is cut the video clip to mislead the context. So if you look up the word Rupar on Urban Dictionary, you will get a
I looked it up a minute ago.
It says to purposefully mislead, to completely mischaracterize a statement or video by omitting context. So the Biden-Harris campaign shared a Rupar video of Donald Trump, and it's fake. It's not real.
It's a real video, but it is a real video. Cut out. That's like what I've always said. Not omitting information is a lie. I don't care what you think, but when you get down to the brass tacks, omitting information purposefully is a lie. You're lying.
Right. So we're going to call this the migrant animal hoax, and we're going to add it to the existing list of hoaxes. Now, there's only a couple. Let me just try to run down this real quick. There's the Russia collusion hoax, Steele dossier hoax, Russians bounties on soldiers in Afghanistan hoax. You got the Nazi, the Trump fine people hoax. You got the drinking bleach hoax. You got the koi fish in Japan hoax. You got the Trump cleared protesters with gas and a Bible hoax. You got Hunter's laptop was disinformation hoax. You got elections are fair because no court found any fraud hoax. You got January 6th insurrection hoax. You have Trump grabbing the steering wheel of the presidential motorcade hoax. You got Border Patrol agents whipping migrants.
Take off my
hoax.
socks and shoes. I've got past 10.
Let me stop because there's another like 30 to go. So so that's the migrant animal hoax. We'll just add that to the list. Okay. Scott Adams, you know Scott Adams. If you guys don't follow Scott Adams Says on Twitter, you absolutely should. He says Democrat hoaxes always come from the top of the party, and then their media puppets brainwash the public while intelligence assets confirm the hoax to be true. And it's all an organized thing, right? So Republican hoaxes, Republicans have hoaxes too. The Democrat hoaxes come from the top, and it's pushed out by media, and it's start at the bottom, and they're stupid. And it's stuff like it's ridiculous stuff. It's not organized. The Republicans are not organized. But the Republican, that's how you get QAnon and a bunch of dumb shit. Republican hoaxes start at the bottom and percolate up a little bit, and then eventually a lot of people are like, "That's dumb." But the Democrat hoaxes go top down for sure. Okay, all right, that's hoax. That's hoax news. Let's see. Let's have a little. Speaking of migrants, though, and migration, we're gonna have a little update. There was a report released, Deacon. I'm sure you read the entire report. I'm sure from the Center for Immigration Studies. Who, to be fair, the Center for Immigration Studies is characterized as like anti-immigration. Well, maybe they are, but like a right wing, organization with an agenda, and they definitely have an agenda. But they released a report that indicates that the number 1 and number 2 states for the Biden administration advanced air relocation program, where they will take migrants and fly them to other places. The number 1 and number 2 states are Florida and Texas. Florida, prior to 2023, the Florida field office for U.S. Customs had logged 4,600 customs encounters in the 9 nationalities. That's in fiscal year 2021, and 3,500 in fiscal year 22. But from fiscal year, hold on, slow down.
No, okay, I misjudged the song. I had to talk.
I'm sorry. Okay, so fiscal year 2021, 4,600 customs encounters. 2022, 3,500 customs encounters. In the fiscal year 2023, Miami logged 186,722 customs encounters. These are from the Biden administration flying migrants into Miami. And Texas had 22,000. So that is the number 1 and number 2 states and cities that are receiving Joe Biden's air travel migrants. Here we go.
Get ready, because this is going to happen.
Look at this.
At the end of the summer, before the election. I've been saying that something's going to, that the 2024 election wouldn't happen for a long time. I just have a feeling that
a lot of people are saying that, they'll say like, "Oh, we're at war, we can't do it," or
no, that's not what I mean. I'm just a storyteller. You know me.
So you don't think the election is going to happen? I don't know.
Well, I don't think. I just. It's just one of those. It seems.
So here's what the Democrats are doing, or what the Biden administration.
I try to look at it in the long point, like why would you do this and why would you do this? You're all right, like a 4 or 5 step down the road type of outlook, and I just can't figure out what it looks like to me. their end game is
the end game is simple and stupid. I'll tell you, you think that this is a incredibly complicated and nefarious plan. These people are not as smart as we think they are. Okay, here's the whole plan: bring in people, pad places, especially cities, because cities are the only places that can handle large influxes of people. You can't have large thousands of people invade a like rural town. There's no resources, right? So the cities can bear the brunt of the mass import. You increase the population density in places where Democrats already have control, that is urban areas, because urban areas always vote Democrat. Increase the population of those urban areas, and then when the census comes around, you allocate more seats to places that Democrats control, because we don't allocate representatives and representative strength and electoral votes. We do not allocate that based on the number of citizens in the country. We allocate it based on the number of people.
Right. We all know that, but I don't have to be smarter than you, JJ. I don't have to be smarter than you. Okay? Because you, like all of the viewers of this show and a lot of the people and some people in the United States, have a higher intelligence quotient than the average. The average intelligence quotient of the United States is like 97. Okay. I believe yours is a lot higher than 97. Mine is a lot higher than 97. You don't have to be as smart as us. You don't have to fool us. I have to fool the 97 intelligence quotient. And I'm not insulting that. I'm just saying that's a lot easier to do because we have a more different outlook on things, because we have a broader, open-minded whatever. And we are conspiracy tinfoil hat people, you know. The average IQ is 97. So if that is the average, that's all I have to do to convince these people. I can write you a hit song. I can do it. I've tried to tell like 3 different people, and I've got my son convinced on it, but it's a high school band and they want to play rock. And I'm like, look, I can write you a hit song that will get on the radio and that will get play. Trust me, I've been doing this for 30 years. I know what people want to hear. And it's not specifically or particularly what I would listen to all the time. Because I've worked on radio stations where I did not like the format. This was not my music that I listened to. I had a CD that I got used to get to in my car after I left this country music radio station that I called my meditation music, is what the CD, what I had wrote on the burnt CD. And the first song was Pantera. I had to calm down from all this country music that I listened to all the time.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what I was getting at, because you said in that you have to convince and fool, and that made me think you don't have to convince everyone. You have to convince the average, and the average is not.
Well, yeah, right.
These people are not going to believe us when we say, "Hey,
Most
this
people,
is blah, blah."
A lot of people are going to okay. So humans are like tribal. Like we operate in small groups. We operate best in small groups. Right. And so within your life, you have a small group, and in every one of those people has a small group. Some of those are overlapping groups and some of them are not. And I think a lot of people follow the leader in some like them. I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about there's a lot of people that follow the leader. Whatever this guy says, hey, this guy, I know this guy knows more than me. My buddy knows more than me. And whatever he has to say about it, I'm maybe I'll disagree sometimes, but like, you know, a lot of times I know he knows more than me, and I don't care about this subject as much. So like,
you're describing our relationship. You're describing our relationship. We're buddies. We agree on a lot of things. We disagree on stuff. Sometimes our voices get a little heated, but we never have gotten like mad at each other. We respect each other's differing opinion. I might call you a dumbass and you might call me crazy and stupid. And that's not, I don't care. And that's how it should be. I respect your opinion, because I know I have said before to Ashley, JJ knows way more about this than me, and I want to ask him first, because I respect your opinion on this, because you know more about it than I do.
Yeah,
That's how
so
it
I
should
think
be.
that
Everybody gets
people
mad at
kind
each
of
other.
move like that. People move like that. And so
Right.
you don't have to convince everybody. You have to convince the people in those groups that are the leaders, even if they don't know that they're the leaders. Right? So you only have to capture a small percentage, and then the rest of them get drug along. So, but I think there's still things about power.
I've only seen a very few leaders in my employment in my life. I've only seen very few, and those leaders were the ones that you would not, if you were an outsider coming up onto the organization or the group, you would not know that person is the leader. You would think they're just another employee.
It sounds like a smart person to me.
Those were the best leaders. Those were the best leaders that I have
Yeah.
seen in my life, because they got in there and they done it, and they knew your hardships. So
Yeah,
that's just my personal experience.
All right. So that's immigration. Migrants are not animals. The Biden administration is packing them into Texas and Florida. I wonder what for. Turn them blue, Well, all right.
1, 2, 3. I gotta go.
Yeah, sure. Okay. And so we got some other Texas news. So first of all, I didn't know about this. This seems bad. One of Texas' largest poultry farms to cull nearly 2 million chickens after a positive bird flu test. Now, this is not bird COVID. I don't even think they have bird COVID. This is bird flu. And flus are very different than COVIDs, I believe. This is not medical information. Do not can ban me, YouTube. It's just a joke. One of the Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller announced on Tuesday that the Cal-Mine Foods Inc. poultry facility in Farewell received an official notice of a positive test for H5N1. In a press release, the department explained, due to the United States Department of Agriculture guidance for poultry infections, Cal-Maine will be required to depopulate 1.6 million laying hens and 337,000 pellets at their Farewell facility. This accounts for approximately 3.6% of the company's total flock as of March 2nd, 2024. The chicken production.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, I
No,
was just
go ahead.
reading
Finish
the
it.
notice.
I thought you were.
I mean, it's H5N1. So that's not good.
There has been a lot of videos come up over the years, over the past little bit, but I've seen several that's circulated here recently where these people will go to Walmart and buy chicken breasts and get them home and run them underwater and stuff and kind of, thaw them out and open them up, cut them, slice them, open them up. And it doesn't look like chicken muscle. It looks different. And there's been a lot of them that have posted their own videos of going and getting chicken from anywhere and cutting it. You get the raw chicken breast, make sure it's thawed, cut it open to look like you're butterflying the chicken breast. Sometimes you have a butterflied chicken breast.
Sure.
And the meat on the inside is muscle, and it doesn't look like
it looks wrong. It looks
wrong. It looks wrong. So there's been a lot of videos of that. It's not just like one person. I've seen several different videos, and all of the chicken looks the same, which poses the conspiracy-minded question. I mean, there's 333 million people just in the United States. How much chicken do you think just McDonald's goes through? Now think about that with every fast food restaurant. Now add every restaurant. Now add every single grocery store. And there's a lot that we're not even thinking about. That's a lot of chicken. That's a lot of chicken. You guys are
eating some bad chicken.
When you have a story like this come up, we're having to get rid of a bunch of chickens. Millions and millions of chickens have this flu. We got to get rid of them. Our chicken supply does not. I can go to 30 places in a 10-mile radius and get chicken. Is it chicken? That's a lot of chicken. That's a lot of chicken.
Yeah, it's chicken. What do you mean, is it chicken? You mean like a restaurant? You're talking 30 restaurants?
There's a restaurant 3 blocks from me. There's a grocery store 6 blocks from me. There's another
The
restaurant.
real question is it healthy chicken? Is it not contaminated chicken?
Is it natural chicken?
I don't like to eat
animal chicken.
I don't know. I don't like to eat out, so that's not a problem for me as much as other people. All right.
This is not eating out. This was the woman bought chicken to cook in her house.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not great, actually. I'm not.
It was a little concerning to see it. I was like,
because on the first part of this, I was like, man, 2 million chickens. That's a lot of chickens. That's really sad. But on the second part of that, it's like, what do you mean I could be eating something gross like that? Kill those chickens right now. Burn them. Get rid of them.
Have you ever seen a chicken house? Have you ever been around chicken houses?
There's a chicken processing facility in the town I used to live.
No, we've got chicken houses here, and they're like huge, and 4, 5, 6 all together. They stink to high hell.
Oh yeah, I used to have chickens when I was a kid.
Thousands and thousands of chickens that they use for eggs and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Crap! I forgot to do that. Crap. Okay.
All right. Moving right along. UT Austin is laying off employees to comply with Texas's DEI ban. So earlier in the year, Governor Abbott and the Texas legislature said, that DEI stuff, not going to have that in Texas. That's a no-no. That's a no-go. So the University of Texas in Austin is laying off 60 employees in the diversity, equity, and inclusion before offices close by May 31st. The layoffs aim to comply with Senate Bill 17, banning DEI initiatives as enforced by state pressure, threatening funding loss. The remaining staff can apply for other positions, and ongoing programs like disability services will continue after their closures. So, oh no, we're losing the racist office. Because that's what DEI is. It's just the racist office.
Oh, well.
That's not a, oh no, that's a good thing. Okay. Texas is installing razor wire barriers along the border in El Paso. This comes just 2 weeks after hordes of people hoping to grant asylum stormed the border town and pushed through the National Guard. So we got some new razor wire fence going up.
I've got one here for you.
Guess they won't be doing that again.
Just some real quick hit stories. My buddy, my bestie, Mitch McConnell said that the federal government will pay the lion's share of the Baltimore bridge repairs. Oh, look. Hey, sweetie. Hi. So,
where's the picture? Why is your picture gone? It's not there.
It's there for me. You don't see the bridge? You don't see KJP?
No, I'd see an empty window in the octopus arms.
You're crazy.
Hold on. No, it was there for a second. No, put it back up.
Fart head.
It blinked.
Let me get it back. Oh, I closed the whole story.
It's not my fault. Don't do that.
Here. Can you see it now?
No, it's.
Oh, who cares? We got like 15 minutes left. All right. This other story I wanted to show you was that
weird. It's Restream being weird.
Let's get to our political stories first. You're not done with the political stuff. I got a political.
Oh, you know what? I couldn't see it, but the audience could. Yeah. So it doesn't matter if I can see it or not. Okay.
I only have one more political story, kind of.
Sure.
I could tell you another interesting story about this, but continue without supporting you. According to Reuters, come on, just share the freaking thing, Restream. You suck. FCC's to vote. Oh, good God. FCC's to vote on restoring net neutrality rules, reversing Trump. Despite what you hear from this, what the media is going to tell you, what's net neutrality, and you look it up, this is not good. This is not good. This is creating a fast lane and a slow lane. And if you are a streamer, let's say you're a streamer and you want to rely, or you host a website, JJ, that has 100,000 people that use it every day, and you are now going to have to pay your ISP, your internet service provider, more money to ensure that you get a faster rate, because you don't want your website going down. Okay. So this is what the net
Right.
neutrality is going to do. And I can talk to you. We don't have a lot of time today, but I could talk to you for a long time about when radio first started. It's exactly this right here. They had magazines to build your own radio stations in the 1920s. Every single person that had a radio station in the 20s was out of your house. It was a neighbor. It was a preacher. It was the guy at the gas station that would play a song or be sitting there talking and say, hang on a second, I've got to go pump some gas. And then you would be dead for 10 minutes. It was one of those things until the government, until big companies like AT&T and whatnot at the time they thought we could sell ads and make a lot of money. So they pressured the United States government to create the FRC. The predecessor to the FCC was the Federal Radio Commission. And what the Federal Radio Commission did was say, if you're going to broadcast in radio, you have to get a license and we have to do this. So it basically, the corporations talked the government into saying, these little guys are all over the place and they're clogging up the freaking radio waves. So give me the ability to have a clear channel. 91.4 is a clear channel. Yeah. No one else broadcasts on that channel because you're not allowed to. And that's why we have the FCC today, is because corporations were and that's why, so they can, and I'm very thankful for it because I have a job, but that's the history of how that happened. So radio was the same thing as the internet basically was. A bunch of people getting on and doing their audio blogs. Whatever I'm blogging about,
except you have limited frequencies in airspace.
Right. So now
nearly unlimited internet.
Now, and they're trying to block that.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Curtail that.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I read up on that. I've said net neutrality. It's been years.
Down. Don't just read the surface. Don't just read the icing. Get down into the actual cupcake, because you will find out real quick that they're spinning this the wrong way. It's not what's going to happen.
You know what? We really are. I mean, I don't know, folks. You got to really think about it. Do we need? Maybe we do. The government to regulate the internet for us. Maybe we need that. We don't need that. I don't want that.
I got 30 seconds. No, this is a bad deal. I don't like this. Radio has not liked this for a long time because I've been in radio for 30 years. I've kept up with this every time it's popped up throughout the 2000s.
I don't know. Deke, you never know. Like, sometimes it's really good for
the club first agency that's unaccountable to when the club or the restaurant first opens up in town, for the first 3 or 4 months, it's the coolest thing in the damn world. But after a while, it loses its luster and you don't go anymore, right? Okay. Point proven. Here we go. I got to talk.
All right. So, meanwhile, a federal judge has sided with the NRA over the pistol brace lawsuit. So, I don't own a pistol brace, and I'm only a little bit familiar with it. But the ATF has certain rules about what kind of weapon is a rifle and what kind of weapon is a pistol, and rifles have a support. And I believe the ATF was arguing that a pistol brace makes a pistol into like a rifle type weapon. The NRA president says this is a major victory for the NRA, its members, and all who believe in Second Amendment freedom. So this thing right here is a pistol brace. And what happens is you put this thing onto your pistol, and it looks like it straps to your arm maybe or whatever, and it makes your weapon more stable, less unstable. That's safer. Last summer, the NRA filed a lawsuit against the Northern District of Texas, seeking to enjoin the ATF from enforcing a rule that would have reversed its longstanding position that pistol braces do not transform pistols into rifles, which would have held rifles subject to registration under the National Firearms Act. Despite previously finding that pistol braces did not render pistols short-barreled rifles, the agency used federal rulemaking to reverse its position in January 2023. So, anyway, federal judge.
This looks like somebody that. Yeah, this looks like somebody that didn't know what that was.
The ATF doesn't know what they're doing. The ATF makes up these rules about weapons, and like like, this is what happens. We give government, hey, government, why don't you just decide what I'm allowed to have and not have? No.
Well, if you go delve down deeper, it's probably somebody in charge at the ATF that probably other people are like, this guy's a dumbass. Gary's a dumbass. And he's in charge. He's saying this. It's making us all look like dumbasses because of Gary.
They just don't want you to have guns. They don't want you to have guns, and if they can be like, oh, you put a sticker on that gun, it's a rifle now, and rifles are not allowed. So if they can get away with that, that's what they're going to try to do. All right, here's my last story. This is probably should have been the biggest story because this matters more to more people in the world than anything else we talked about today. I think.
Okay, I'm interested.
Now, it does overlap with a frequent topic that we have, which is trans stuff. We have that topic on the show a lot. Have you ever heard of let me see. She is a book author, J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling. Ever heard of her?
She's a book author?
Yeah, she's written
science fiction, fantasy?
I don't know, a couple books. They sold pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. J.K. Rowling called the bluff on the Scottish police. Okay, so here's what happened. Scotland passed this new law that was a hate speech law. And if you said something that was hate speech, you were going to get arrested and charged with this hate speech law. And J.K. Rowling said, bullshit. That's, pardon me. She did not say bullshit. She's classy.
She's a lot classier than we are.
Yeah, right. So for those of you guys that don't kind of like follow this too much, J.K. Rowling's got a real problem with trans men claiming to be women. She has no problem with trans people, transgender people, gay people, whatever. Just look, whatever you are, you have a penis, you're not a woman. Women matter. Women don't need to be erased. Women are important. You don't get to claim to be a woman just because you put on blush and a wig. So she's got a real problem with that. J.K. Rowling won a significant victory over Scotland's new speech restrictions after daring the police to arrest her over comments criticizing transgender ideology. As Police Scotland said they would not take criminal actions against the Harry Potter author, and after activists reported her statements to law enforcement. So here is like a tweet, and in the tweet, let's go over here to JK. You know what? I don't follow JK. I'm going to follow JK. So she wrote, if they go after any woman for simply calling a man, I'll repeat that woman's words and they can charge us both at once. That is some baller shit right there. She was like, look, if they go after you, they're going to get me too. And they're not going to get me. I'm a bajillionaire. I made Harry Potter. I'm a national treasure. So she basically said she was going to defend women defending women. And the Scotland police were like, yeah, we're not arresting her. That's not going to happen. This rule is for oppressing the plebs, not for the super rich. We stay away from the super rich.
Yeah, she's got more money. She's got
more
money.
So she's using her power to defend women. I can't admire that enough.
Because the people that have power, that they abuse it in the negative ways. So it's nice to see somebody actually do this. 1392. Sorry, I've got to do some work here.
Nope, no big deal. Hey, folks, how are you guys this morning?
Hey, pretty good. Oh, you're not talking to me. I have Oh, there's that net neutrality thing. Let me see. I had another story. Oh, I had the main story on our main stuff. Okay, so this was a cool science story for you, JJ, that the White House is trying to do. Because you know that the government tries to do everything good for us. It's positive, of course, and has a purpose, right? Yeah. So now the White House wants NASA to create time standard for the moon. The White House directed NASA to establish a unified standard of time for the moon and other celestial bodies. as the United States aims to set international norms in space amid a growing lunar race among nations and private companies. I just have one question. Now, I'm not a scientist or anything, but they do realize that time is subjective, right? That time is not the same here on Earth that it is on the moon and that it is in different celestial bodies. They understand that, right? I mean, that's like elementary. That's like elementary science.
Are you
right?
suggesting that time changes based on
I'm
gravity
suggesting
and mass?
No, we could go way down the rabbit hole on that. But what I'm saying is just the surface elementary school stuff. It takes 365 days for the Earth to circle around the sun. 365 point whatever, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't take Mars the same amount of time, or Mercury, or Jupiter,
Correct.
or
Yeah, right.
Whatever.
Yeah, I think it's more of like having a what is it, Greenwich time? Like a Greenwich time for the moon, so that we know exactly what time it is.
Because why does the moon need time?
Well, I don't know, but look, it's always come on, dude. You watch Star Trek back in The Next Generation. At the beginning of every episode, Picard would be like, a star date 15 ABC 9. Yes, it's fake. Yeah, it's a date.
I said that's a date.
Yeah.
Because time does not exist the same way it exists on Earth in the middle of the USS Enterprise or Voyager or whatever you're doing. They do stuff for 8 hours. They go and sleep for 8 hours. No, there's no sunrise. There's no nightfall.
Right. No, there's no day cycle for sure. Not on the
measure time in a different way.
Right.
And we're wanting to put this we're wanting to base time on a celestial body for us.
I think this is just to confuse people.
It really is, because I'm not going to make my point.
No, I tell you what, hold on.
I think it's stupid.
No, I think I know what it's really about. This is about making sure that our satellites and our weapons in space are synchronized.
No, they were already synchronized. Yeah. All right. No, you're getting way out.
Hold on, man. If they're going to do this, I propose that they adopt Texas time. It'll be the International Space Texas Time standard, and all time can be based off what time it is in Texas.
Dude, our government can't decide whether it's an hour forward or an hour back, or do we need to keep this or do we not, or whatnot. Our government does not need to be in charge of setting a space time. Okay.
You know what we need? We need maybe like a 5-person panel body that gets to vote on this. And we need let's have a government, right? Let's start a new government agency to regulate time.
No, you're going to song of the day.
All right.
This week is Tater Week. This day was Tater Day. Monday was Tater Day in my little hometown, the longest continuous trade day festival in the United States, 179 years. So this week we are playing songs, potato songs. JJ, did you know there are that many potato songs?
I had no idea. We talked about this yesterday, like just how absurd it is. How many people had to get convinced to record these songs, producers and stuff.
The Reverend Peyton's Big Damn Band is a good band. You need to check them out. They got like 10 freaking albums. Mama's Fried Potatoes is a good song. It's on our Discord server, Open Deeks playlist. Go above JJ's head and click there. And you
hang
can
out
go.
with us.
And I'm saying Friday, all the dads and the moms are going to love my potato song on Friday. If you have a child, and especially if your children are in the late teens, okay, if you have a child that's in their late teens, JJ might not like this song as much as you will. If you have a child in your late teens, maybe early 20s, you're going to love Friday's song.
All right.
So there you go.
All right, Deke. At the end of our show, every single day, our audience, what happened to our background? It's weird. And what's going on here? Oh, you put what have you done?
I didn't do nothing, man.
I swear, you pushed the Song of the Day sticker instead of changing the channel. Everything's messed up, dude. All right. Oh, it's all goofed up. Here, let's go like and subscribe. There we go. Restream eats balls. Meatballs. I'm talking meatballs. At the end of our show every day, we we offer you, our audience, a hilarious joke because you hung in there this long. So here's your hilarious joke today. Where do generals keep their armies?
In their sleeveys.
I didn't get the joke until you said it out loud.
In their sleeveys. You got to say it like that.
Oh my God, that was pretty good. I'm going to give that one a star.
No,
that one a star.
It's all in presentation. What do you call a line? What do you call a line of men waiting to get their hair cut?
Oh, I don't know. What do you call that?
A barbecue.
Oh, okay. No, it's no booze. No booze. That was good.
Booze. That was a good one.
I skipped over this one, so I'm just going to give you this one. Extra bonus joke. It's kind of out of season, though. What does a snowman eat for breakfast?
I don't know.
Frosted Flakes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, no, it's not good.
I had another snowman joke, and it made me think of another one. What did one snowman say to the other snowman?
I don't know. What did he say?
I smell carrots.
Right.
Last snowman joke. Because I almost told this one. It's weird you told the snowman.
Okay. All right.
What do you call an old snowman?
What do you call an old snowman? Oh, water.
A glass of water. Yeah.
All right, folks. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you tomorrow morning. I hope you have a great day. It's not a joke. It's serious. I'm sincere.
Talking heads, lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter lose her next swim meet to a psychopath dude with fake
That's a dude.
teeth. Tune in now to your That Show. JJ and Deacon, they're the ones that know. Subscribe quick, the squid monster's on the way. Conspire with us, tomorrow's news today.
Oh, yeah.
I think the show is just terrible, and I don't know why anyone watches it.
Yeah.